Hey guys, my name's Salim Juma, your host of Salim and Dion, the two-part channel comprised of Salim and Dion, ex-hosts of Operation Cold Front, and I'm out here to ask people today in beautiful Bellevue, Washington, what people think about the MAGA hat and if they would unfriend someone, both on social media and in real life, if somebody was wearing a MAGA hat or posting pro-Trump posts. And the reason we're doing this is because for the last 3 years, we've seen nothing but the so-called party of tolerance, the liberal left, both attacking people for wearing MAGA hats and posting pro-Trump things. We've seen Antifa terrorists beating up people in MAGA hats. We've also seen so many articles from liberal rags like The Guardian and Think Progress and sites like that saying that they would unfriend people over a simple MAGA hat. So we're here to ask people what they think and if they would unfriend a good friend of theirs for simply wearing a MAGA hat or posting pro-Trump things or policies. With that, please check out the video. Make sure you support us on Patreon. We're going to be live streaming our protests from now on, so you can super chat us, support us on Venmo and Cash App. Me and Dion want to do this as our full-time jobs, so make sure you support our channel. Much love and stay classy, Seattle.
You said you didn't know anything about politics, which is totally
At
fine.
all, yeah.
But what do you think of the Make America Great Again hat? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
The hat?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I guess we just associate it with like President Trump, and I don't like it. I don't agree with it. I guess.
So what don't you agree with the hat wearers?
I don't know. It just like shows support for Trump, and I just don't stand with him. So I don't agree with the hat.
Sure. What do you think of the Make America Great Again hat?
Make America great. I think it's stupid. I don't like Trump, so and like I understand like the things he's doing, but also like it's affecting a lot of other people in different areas, like in the U.S. So it has a huge impact in everything.
Sure. What do you think?
I mean, I don't like it, but I mean, if they voted for Trump, want to wear it, I don't care.
Sandra, can I ask you, how do you feel about the MAGA hat?
What is the MAGA hat?
The Trump hat.
I don't know what you mean. I don't really follow politics. So.
Okay. Do you know that red hat that they wear at like Trump rallies and stuff like that?
Make America Great Again.
Can I look up a picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're asking people if they would unfriend somebody over wearing a Make America Great Again hat. So this hat right here.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah. Are you liberal or conservative?
I'm not a registered. I'm not a citizen.
Oh,
so,
you're not? Okay.
Yeah, so I cannot vote.
How do you feel about Donald Trump though?
He is voted by American people,
Yeah.
and the reason that I believe he became the president is because there's a group of people in this country that needs attention and needs help.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the very reason that he got voted to be the president, because he spoke for them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how democracy works.
Absolutely.
And if Democrats wants to win back the White House, they should not ignore those group of people.
The next question for you today is, would you unfriend someone either on social media or in person for wearing that hat?
For wearing the hat, I wouldn't be friends with somebody who would wear a hat like that.
Okay.
I feel like my friends are more like woke than that. I don't know. I wouldn't be friends with somebody in the first place who would like, yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, is there any particular reasons? Like, is it just because they support the president, or is it because of another reason?
I feel like they would support the president because they have like similar views, obviously, to them. So I feel like in the first place, I wouldn't mesh with somebody who would have similar like views like that. So I wouldn't go past like I don't like hate like anyone who supports Trump. It's just like I wouldn't be able to connect with that person because we don't have similar interests. So we wouldn't be friends.
It's just like white people who support the president though?
No, I know a lot of people who like colored people, like not only white people. Majority of I honestly I'm like really bad for this question. Like I don't know much.
Yeah, no, this is actually a really good answer. Yeah.
Okay, it's just like a lot of different types of people support him, like based on like his not just like I don't know, not just like based on like his immigration policy and stuff, like more on like his stands on like the economy and stuff, which I'm not familiar with, but like a lot of different people support him on that as well.
So my next question is, would you unfriend someone either on Facebook or in person because someone wears the Make America Great Again hat or supports the president?
As long as they're not being racist, then no, I don't care. But if they're saying like disrespectful stuff, then yeah, I would unfriend them.
Okay. Like give me some examples. Like what would you unfriend someone specifically for?
Like sometimes when you make comments and they're like, okay, like I don't know, if you're just saying something and they just say something like
Out of pocket.
Yeah, out of
Out
pocket.
of pocket.
Sure. What do you
Like
think?
out of line. Like same, if I wouldn't unfriend someone because everybody has different beliefs, but at the same time, like if it's that strong of an opinion, just keep it personally.
Sure.
And like yeah, but other than that, I wouldn't really mind.
Sure.
How do you spell MAGA?
MAGA.
It's honestly probably a good thing that you don't know.
Oh.
There's people that are untainted by politics these days. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
What do you mean how I feel about it? Like,
So how do you feel about like Trump and the MAGA hat and like people who wear it?
I mean, I think it's kind of dumb, but
Okay.
like,
Okay. So what do you identify as like politically? Are you just totally apolitical?
liberal. Like, yeah,
Liberal-ish or like leftist?
like pretty liberal. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you like unfriend somebody if they were wearing a MAGA hat? Like
I
on
don't
social
think-
media and physically, would you be like, get out of here?
I think I would like ask them why
Sure.
they supported Trump's views and like if they back like his racism or sexism or anything like that. That would be like a serious concern for me. But
Do you have specific instances of Trump's racism and sexism?
not like personally affecting me or anything, but I just
I mean, do you know of any specifically?
just that he's like assaulted women and like the things that he says online and stuff like that. That's like all I know. Just like grab him by the pussy.
Do you know if there's like proof that he's assaulted women though?
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's real. I don't know that there's like how solid the proof is, but like
Do you think we should believe any accusation that's made?
I think I don't know if this is like biased of me because I'm a girl, but I think that like when a girl comes out and like speaks out about it, I think that's pretty important.
Sure. But do you think that we still need objective proof to like prosecute someone? I mean, if somebody like when we look at like the Me Too movement, for instance, if somebody goes out and said, like for instance, you making an accusation against somebody named Jay Inslee. Let's just say Jay Inslee, whatever. So say you're making an accusation against Jay Inslee and you say that Jay Inslee assaulted me 25 years ago. I know you're not 25, but Jay Inslee assaulted me 25 years ago, and you know, he smacked my ass, and we were at a party, and everybody was really drunk, and I don't have any witnesses. I don't remember what neighborhood I was in. I don't remember what the house looked like, but Jay Inslee slapped my ass, and I want him going down for it. Do you think we should believe that, though?
I guess that you do need proof for like any kind of allegation like that.
So-
but I think when like multiple people come out and it's like a very common issue, then
So for instance, Brett Kavanaugh. Do you know about the Kavanaugh hearings and stuff like that? Okay, so Brett Kavanaugh is a judge that was recently confirmed to the Supreme Court. He's a conservative judge. The big worry from the liberal Democrat perspective was that Judge Kavanaugh was going to repeal Roe v. Wade. If you don't know what Roe v. Wade was, it is the gold standard of what started legal abortions. It's what basically made it people able to have legal abortions. So they thought, because he was conservative and, you know, in theory he's pro-life, they were saying that he was going to overturn Roe v. Wade. Interestingly enough, Kavanaugh has stuck to his judicial process and is not biased towards liberal or conservative and has not stated he's going to overturn Roe v. Wade. But basically, a woman named Christine Ford, she is now a psychology professor, I think. Yeah. She made accusations against Judge Kavanaugh that when he was 17 and she was 15, he raped her, or he sexually assaulted her. I'm not exactly sure what the entire situation was, but she was 15, he was 17. Supposedly they were at a party. Apparently he raped her. That was the idea. But she couldn't remember what the neighborhood was. She couldn't remember where the house was. She did not actually have a lot of details. Judge Kavanaugh said he didn't even know her. She had no witnesses. The two witnesses that she had actually disagreed with her and said that's not what happened. But then 2 other accusers came out and accused Judge Kavanaugh, and then another accuser, and then another accuser. 3 of those accusers have been proven to be lying and have made false rape accusations in the past.
And
Christine Ford has also donated to the DNC and Democratic very, very liberal candidates numerous times. So a lot of people are saying her accusations could be considered political. Christine Ford was also named Times Person of the Year for 2018, I think. Yeah. There's a lot of... No, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not saying there's money in being assaulted, but there is money and clout these days in coming out about allegations against rich white men, whether they are Democrats or Republicans. There is books to be written, there's a lot of money, there's a lot of speaking gigs, and a lot of people are getting those. So when I say, or when you say that if multiple accusations are made, we should believe them, I want you to think about that and say, well, sometimes it can be politicized. You know what I'm saying? So even if 3 or 4 women, or men, because men can be sexually assaulted too, accuse somebody, they may not be telling the truth. They may be telling the truth, but I just really want to clarify that something like the Believe Women hashtag, I think that's wrong. Why are we believing women just because they're women, right? And that's number one.
To add one more detail that you forgot, she actually took a polygraph. Do you know what a polygraph is? She got a perfect score. That's impossible. Like, that's literally impossible. Like, you'd either have to... So, in order to get a perfect score on a polygraph test, to make sure you're not lying... That supposedly means you're not lying, or that you know how to beat the test.
Well, we also want to clarify that she's a psychology professor, and she studied hypnotherapy specifically. Yeah. So she could, in theory... I mean, this is just... that's conspiracy stuff. She could have done it. We don't know. But all I want to say, the entire point of this argument is saying that just because multiple people made accusations, or one person, or whatever, we should not just believe them. We should look into it.
Yeah,
we should take the accusation seriously. If somebody says that, Jay Inslee raped them, we need to look into that, right? That is a very serious accusation. But what I've seen from a lot of, especially college-age girls, they don't see it as that serious. And because we don't actually prosecute people who make false accusations, we don't. We prosecute them for making a false police report, but we don't prosecute them for making a false accusation. Alabama was going to be the first state that actually implemented a law actually prosecuting people who made false accusations. But because we don't, like, there was a girl who she slept with 2 football players at a party in it's at Sacred Heart University. I can't remember what the name what state it's in, but she slept with 2 football players in the bathroom at a party, and she wanted to date somebody else, and so she lied and said that the 2 football players raped her, and it was 2 young black men that were kicked out of school. Actually, no, they were kicked out the football team. I don't remember if they were kicked out of school, but I think they were kicked out of school. But they were punished because somebody lied. And she only got like a year of probation. That's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I agree on that, and I definitely think that, like, I'm not going to deny that there are people who lie about that for fame or money or whatever. And that's definitely really sad that 2 people got kicked out, but I feel like they shouldn't be punished until, like, something is like that is thoroughly investigated and they come to a conclusion about whether she's right or wrong.
That's all we're trying to get to. Like, rape is a very, very serious accusation. The fact that we've politicized it with, like, it's not bad for women to have a support shoulder to cry on and talk about and be able to come out about accusations, but you need to be able to prove it, because if you're just accusing people and ruining their reputation and ruining their life without having any objective proof, that's wrong. Yeah. And interestingly enough, this is something that I bring up to a lot of liberals and Democrats and feminists especially, is that some of the biggest people who have been hit by things like the Me Too movement are young black men and young men of color, because they don't actually have the resources to defend themselves. People like Brock Turner would have the resources to defend themselves, but a lot of people who are coming from people of color, they don't necessarily have that. So it's like, who are we going to try to defend here, feminists? Are we going to defend the people of color you love, or are we going to defend women's rights? Like, what? Which one classifies as rights? Like, what is right? You know what I mean?
I feel like it's not so black and white as that, though. I feel like movements like Me Too and Believe Women are things that have happened just because women have been, like, they don't feel the need to speak out about these things until they have, like, a support network around them. And I feel like this is just to build other women up so that they feel confident enough to come out about these things.
Sure, but we shouldn't do it publicly online. Like, we can't make accusations against people like Jay Inslee without having objective proof, because if somebody accuses Jay Inslee publicly and doesn't have the objective proof to back it up, now it's there for the rest of time immemorial. Even if it's disproven, whatever, that article will still be at the head. Even today, Kavanaugh's articles are still out there saying Kavanaugh's a rapist. Jay Inslee is now a rapist. That's wrong, right?
Yeah.
So we have to investigate that kind of thing. There has been no incidents of people in MAGA hats beating up people on the left, but there has been many incidents of people on the left beating up people with MAGA hats. So just to clarify that and give you some context, and you can Google this. It's not just me telling you. I mean, do your own thinking about it and, do your own research. But I will say it's always the left that's starting the violence. If you Google Antifa, if you Google left-wing violence against conservatives, obviously it's going to have mostly right-leaning sources because left-wing media are fucking liars. But, no, I'm serious. And I hate to say it. I wish I could be more objective about it. But HuffPost, Vox, The Intercept, all of these, The Verge, all of these left-wing media outlets have been excusing Antifa terrorism and people who attack Trump voters as racists and sexists and homophobes. When I got assaulted on Friday, here's the funniest part. The guy called me a queer and then hit me in historically gay Capitol Hill. What's up, buddy?
What did you say, buddy?
Oh yeah, I was talking shit about
We're
you.
just on you, queer.
Are you calling me queer? Are you homophobing me? Are you homophobing me right now? Hey, don't fucking touch me! Don't fucking touch me! Don't fucking touch me!
Very last question. This will be quick. So Salim and I are. I'm black. He's a brown Muslim. What do you think our political beliefs are? Like Republican or Democrat?
Probably Democrat.
Would you be surprised to see this?
Nice.
So
Okay, let me put that on you, bro.
yeah. You're doing a terrible job. But yeah, no, so I actually wear this hat all the time. So does this change your opinion on me at all? I mean, we've had a really good conversation.
I mean, we seem like pretty reasonable, cool people, right?
Yeah.
You guys are cool. I feel like you guys are approachable and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, if I was an asshole
Yeah.
wearing this, different
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For sure.
But I mean, I'm glad that you didn't like react negatively. You were just like, but I mean, other than that, you weren't like, oh fuck this.
No,
I feel
no,
like
no.
mainstream media has really skewed the whole Trump hat thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the stuff from like HuffPo and like Vox and stuff like that, I mean, like I can disprove a lot of immigration rumors and photos that they have posted that went viral. I can actually just debunk those right now. I can also debunk the fact that Trump supporters are the violent ones. I mean, actually, there's been no registered scenes of Trump violence, like people wearing "Make America Great Again" hats in the last couple years. Actually, not since 2016, but Antifa, the people in the black masks and stuff like that, they've been beating people up. They beat up a journalist on Saturday. They've been beating people up for the last 3 years. So the violence is actually coming from the left. So I heavily encourage you to do some research on that.
Here's my final question. What do you think our political beliefs are? Liberal or conservative?
You go first.
Can you elaborate on that?
So, as a black person, do you think I align more to the Democrat side or do you think I align more to the Republican side?
Democrat.
Same.
Well,
You got a hat, I'm dead.
I need somebody to come up behind us and put it on us, man. That's so
so now does this change your opinion about me whatsoever?
No, because you didn't say anything rude. Like, why would you say that about the hat? It's just
Okay.
like, understand your point.
Yeah, what December said.
cool. How would you feel? You're supposed to let me ask a question first. So, how do you think me and Dion politically lean?
I guess you guys are more conservative. You support Trump. It seems like.
You so hated. So, does this change? He has a very small head. I have a big head.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. How do you feel about like? Does this change your opinion of me?
I mean, I could kind of see where you're going from like the questions that you asked and
Yeah.
your perspective,
Yeah.
but
But is it like a lot of people are saying that Trump's supporters are just as racist and sexist and whatever as he is? Do we strike you as racist, sexist, evil people?
well, I don't think that just because you necessarily follow someone doesn't mean that you believe in all their ideals. And I definitely don't have a lot of respect for Trump, but that doesn't mean that I think less of you guys.
Good. Oh, this is like a feel-good interview. I like that. No, that's great.
No, I mean that's something that's something that I've actually spoken about actually quite a bit because as a black person, I've gotten so much shit for wearing this hat. And people have literally said to my face, like, well, you're a coon, you're an Uncle Tom, these really racist things. I even have family friends that I've known for literally my entire life that as soon as I put this on, they're like, oh, you're an Uncle Tom. And I'm like, I mean, really?